Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this first workshop session. Thanks to those of you in the room and those of you in the online streaming. We're going to talk about mastering eBay and how to optimize your business operations. I want to start with a quick little personal story. I found an opportunity to purchase some watches at a really good deal directly from Japan, and I saw they were selling on eBay for $500–600 each, and I found them at a much better price. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy these watches, see if I can make a nice profit on eBay. So I listed them. One sold right away, so that was great. Sorry, I'm catching my breath. Some of the others took a little while to sell, and I did have best offers, so I started getting offers on the watches. But the problem is I'd get an offer, and I wouldn't know if I could accept it because I forgot how much I paid for each watch. So I'd have to leave eBay, and I'd have to go check my notes, and sometimes I'd forget to accept the offer, and time would pass. Other times, one time I accepted an offer, and then when it sold, I was really disappointed that I made really little money. So I thought there's got to be a better way. Sorry, just catching my breath. So the good news is there is a better way, and we'll be talking about it in a little bit. The key takeaway we want you to have today, do you mind telling everybody?
So we want to help you take advantage of eBay's tool and really maximize your operations in effective and smart ways.
My name is David Bernstein. I'm a manager of product management. I've been at eBay for 14 years, and I was on the team that launched Seller Hub in 2015.
And I'm Leah Mubb, also a product manager on seller experience teams. I joined eBay 2 years ago, fresh out of college, and my focus area has always been active listings management.
We're going to go through a lot of material today. We'll talk about a more powerful overview page on Seller Hub, how to track your costs and net earnings, tips on managing your listings and orders, how you can improve your sales by leveraging the great traffic reports, and how you can allow employees to work in your account securely, as well as some new features in the eBay mobile app. First, I'm going to start with this. How do you get to Seller Hub? And I'm bringing this up because recently I was meeting with a group of sellers, some of them quite tenured, and I was surprised that some didn't realize that you can click the sell link at the top of just about every eBay page, and that takes you directly to Seller Hub, your active listings page, which Leah will talk about more in a bit. So one click from anywhere and you can get to Seller Hub. The second way is to hover over the My eBay link at the top of just about any page, and then you can click Selling, and this takes you to your Seller Hub overview page. So speaking of the overview page, this is the page as it has existed for many years on eBay. Who here is not familiar with this page, who does not visit Seller Hub Overview? Show of hands, if anybody does not, okay. So it seems like most of you do. It is one of the most visited pages because, as I mentioned, if you click Selling link, it takes you to Overview. We're improving this page. If I back up again, this page, a lot of sellers tell us it's been very useful to them, but we've also heard from a lot of sellers who say it's overwhelming and confusing, too many links. I don't know what to do when I land on this page. So we're in the process of revamping it. Some of you will start getting this new version as early as next week, and we'll be ramping it up to sellers slowly because we want to make sure it's working for everybody. We always read the feedback that you guys send in to us. So this is the new top of the page. I'll point out a few of the features. It's got a new prominent Create Listing button. Clearly, it's important to create listings. We want to make it really easy for you to be able to do that. We've got a new summary bar at the top with high-level performance information. This will show you your 90-day listing views, sales, and orders, and this will match what you get in the eBay mobile app when you go into your selling screen. And then we have this new task section. So if you have a task, it'll appear here. In this example, and this is an example from my store, David's Doodads, it says I have one order to ship. It happens to be overdue. I have 4 unread member messages, and I have 11 listings that are eligible for me sending offers. This is also where I'll see if I have any offers that I can respond to. If I ever get any returns or cancellations, those will show up here as well. And then coming soon, a little later this year, there'll be improved orders and listings modules on this page. As I mentioned, we ramp changes like this kind of slowly to sellers so we can read your feedback, make sure it's working for you, and if it isn't, we make adjustments. We want your feedback, not just on overview, but anything across the seller experience. You can always click that floating question mark that's at the bottom right of just about every page. It'll open up a panel and you could submit technical issues if you see any, or also just general feedback. Okay, this was a feature that was announced by Xiaodi yesterday at the keynote, the ability to track your costs and net earnings. Many of you know it as cost of goods, and thank you, Teresa, for your clapping. So this will be available soon. When you're in the Seller Hub single listing tool, you'll get a new field called Your Cost. So it's optional, but we have heard from many sellers over the years that they would like to be able to track their cost. This goes back to my story about the watch, and this is the solution. Now when I buy that watch, I'm going to put in my cost here so that I can see later how much money I made, and also so I can, when I get offers, this will show up in the offers flow, so I don't have to leave eBay. I can go directly when I get the offer and say, okay, I bought the watch for $238, the offer's for $350, I know I can accept it. So here's, you enter your per unit acquisition cost, so how much it cost you to acquire that, and then it will help with your bookkeeping as well as pricing and inventory. We're also going to be providing this in the bulk listing tool. So from active listings, you can bring up to 2,000 listings into this bulk interface, and you'll get this new column for your cost where you can more quickly add your cost to all of your listings. And as I mentioned, a great advantage of this is when something does sell and an order comes in, and you click on that order and you go to your order details page, if you provided your cost, you'll get this new section at the bottom, which will subtract out your cost from your earnings and give you your net order earnings. So this is pretty much your profit, pretty close to your profit. And it'll also flow into this full earnings report, which is available under the Payments tab in Seller Hub. So what I'm showing here at the top, $135 is net order earnings over the period of time. And then lower on the page, you have a table that shows each of your orders. And again, if you provided your cost, it will subtract it out in giving you your net order earnings. I encourage you to go check out, there's another workshop by the Financial Services Payments team. They'll be talking about this and other things in more detail. Who's excited about cost of goods? Who's excited about this feature? Awesome.
Okay, so now I'm gonna walk through some key updates on listings and orders product. Starting off with active listing, I hope this is already familiar for most of the people in here and also virtual. So this is really where your central hub for managing all your live inventory. The first feature update I would say is the search and filters. On the left, this is a search bar and menu, and we really encourage you to utilize this new set of features if you have a large inventory, and here's why. For the search bar and menu on the left, you can directly type in item title, item number, custom label SKU, or even item descriptions. So you can quickly locate your listing. Let's say if you sell a listing on the other platform and don't have any inventory left, maybe just come here, search it up, and you can quickly maybe take it down and restock it back when you have time and get the inventory. And for the filters, this is really a very dynamic filter, meaning everyone here may see different filters on your own page, and because you have different performance or different categories of listings. And some key ones I will highly recommend to utilize are like send offer eligible, because these are, once you click down, you can find all your listing with interested buyer and you have not sent them the offer yet. Or listings with watchers, really are the listings that are getting great tractions. And categories filters. When you have thousands of inventory, you should stay organized. And this categories filter can help you to view a listings in bulk with similar items, and you can add it in bulk and view all your trading cards. How's it going? What are the ones that have highest view? What are the ones that has lowest views? And all the filters are accessible with this all filters CTA on the rightmost, and you can open up the panel to see all the filters that are available to you. Next is a feature that we actually launched across all the pages on Seller Hub, but we think it's especially helpful for you on the active listing page. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I have run into a situation for this active listing table. I need to go back and forth, do horizontal scrolls. And this is a feature we think that can save all these hustles for you. When on the left picture is the navigation showing up. But if you click on the top and collapse this now, you will see a bigger, wider table. And you can also add more columns. Or if you are running into a smaller screen size or a different device you're accessing the page, this is where you should click and seeing a bigger, more powerful table. Next is Smart Suggestion. This is a feature we're still slowly ramping, but this is where we want to solve the questions when we hear sellers asking, what do I do after I list an item? And it's not an order is, so what should I do? So I would highly encourage you, if you have similar run into this kind of mindset, go check out the actions column on active listing page. We want to proactively help you see what are the actions you can take. Let's say if there's an item out of stock, we will encourage you to restock. Let's say you have a lot of interested buyer. We will tell you how many interested buyers you got for this listing and send offers. There are also other actions, so go check out your active listing page and see what are the things you can do to your listing. I wonder, have you ever found yourself repeatedly setting up shipping, returns, or cancellations for different listings? If that's you, I would highly encourage you to check out the business policy tool. And the reason behind is this allows you to create different templates. Let's say I have half of my listings selling in domestically and another half selling internationally. So I can create two templates, one for domestic, one for international. And you can, once you create these templates can be reusable, and you can just attach all the listing to it. So the next time when you create listings at eBay, you just click on the template A or template B rather than this listing. This is the shipping, return, cancellation policy, and repeatedly doing it. And what's another good side about this product is, I know in the current chaos situation, there are always different shipping policy changes. Last month, there's USPS increased their price. So these templates can be, once you update it, it can automatically update to all your existing listings that attach to this template. So let's say I decide to change up my shipping methods for my domestic listings. I just need to go to that template, update once, and all these updates go automatically to all the listings attached. Next is orders. A key message I want to communicate here is at eBay, we don't want orders to just be a fulfillment or an easy transaction. We want you to build a sustainable business through learning more about your buyers and really building that connection through all the orders that you have already built successfully. So this is the key feature update that we've done over this year. It's called Buyer Details. This is accessible when you go to your orders, and if you see the buyer name, you click on it, this is a modal that will pop up. What's good about this is it will tell you where's your buyer coming from. Have they ever repetitively buying from you? And what's the order's history? Have they ordered, how many items have you bought from you in the past? What's the amount of money they have spent on your store? And lastly, remember, we want you to grow this business with retentions, with building loyal customer. So you can send them a coupon or directly messaging them in here. maybe the coupon you send can turn into a positive buyer feedback. Who knows? So try it out and check it out today.
Okay, let me talk about how you can improve sales by leveraging the great traffic reports. I want to go back to the key message. The key takeaway we want you to come out of this session with is you can take advantage of eBay's powerful tools to streamline your operations and really take your business to the next level. So each of these features, go home and check them out. So I'm going to talk about traffic data. So if you go to the Performance tab in Seller Hub, there's the traffic report. Before I go into how you can leverage this data, let me explain some of the terminology, because I've met with sellers and there's some confusion. Sometimes what is an impression? What's the difference between that and a listing view? And I'll also define sales conversion rate. I'm going to use one of my own listings as an example. This is a Titanic poster I have up on the site today. I don't know why it's not selling. I've had it up for a while. I've lowered the price recently, and you can see I'm accepting best offer. So anyway, this is my listing. Now let's switch gears and pretend I'm a shopper on eBay. And I just came and I did a search for a Titanic movie poster. So what you see here at the top is a link to my listing. This is an impression. It would count as an impression even if the link to my listing was lower on the page, and maybe the buyer didn't even scroll down to see it. I just want to point that out. But if when a buyer searches and a link to your listing comes back in the search results, it counts as an impression. It's not a view because they've not clicked into it to view it yet. A question I get quite often is, on the listings page that Leah was talking about, in that table, you'll see how many watchers a listing has and how many views a listing has. A question I get is, how can it have a watcher but no views? Or 5 watchers and no views? Well, this is how. When you're shopping on eBay and you do a search, directly in the search results page, there's the little heart icon. So if a shopper clicks the heart icon, they're now watching that item. They haven't viewed it yet because they haven't clicked into it, but they've seen enough to know that it's piqued their interest. So that's how you can get a watch without a view. Now, a view is when they do click into that. So they click the title, they click the image, and they come directly to what we call the view item page. And you know it's a view because they're on the page where they can click buy it now, add to cart, make offer. So this is a listing view. Sales conversion rate. So on the traffic report down at the bottom of the page, you'll get a table that shows each of your listings and the traffic for each listing. So in my case, for this Titanic poster, I can see I have 13 views on eBay. So that means it came up in search results, or there's also merchandising modules. You'll see sometimes on a view item page, you'll see links to other listings. Those count as impressions as well. This means that 13 times people clicked and landed on my listing for the Titanic poster on eBay. And I have 4 external views. So this could be people who search for a Titanic poster on Google, and a link to my listing came up there. Or maybe I shared it on Facebook and somebody clicked it there. So I have a total of 17 views of this Titanic poster. Now it hasn't sold, but if you imagine that 17th view turned into a sale, that's 1 sale over 17 clicks or views to the listing. That's a 5.9% sales conversion rate. So that's just to explain the numbers, the data that you'll see. In the table here, it's actually 0% because it hasn't sold yet. Now let's talk about how you can leverage this data when you're looking at your own traffic report. Say you're looking at a listing or a group of listings and you're seeing that those impressions are low. So this means that your listings are not appearing often enough in the search results page. So there are various causes you can look into. Maybe you don't have the best search engine optimization, so maybe not enough keywords in the title. Maybe wrong categories or not enough item specifics, or maybe not competitive in pricing. So there's many actions you can take to improve the situation. You can optimize titles with popular search keywords. You can add or fix item specifics, brand size, etc. And you could promote the listing. So the advertising product, and I encourage you to go check out the advertising workshops, the advertising booths. Advertising is a great way to boost impressions because what you're paying for is more visibility. in the search engine. So you can promote with promoted listings. I'll give a second example. Say you're looking at a listing or a group of listings and you see that the view count's pretty high. A lot of people are landing on that listing, but it's a low conversion rate. That means they're not converting to a sale. Why is it that they're landing on your listing, checking it out, but not buying it? So as I said, they're clicking and viewing, but they're not buying. So again, there's many causes you can look into. Maybe the description doesn't have enough details. Maybe they land there and it's like, I don't really know exactly what this is. Maybe your shipping is too expensive or slow. Maybe they need it as a birthday present and your shipping's going to take a week. Maybe the price isn't competitive. Or maybe they see you have low feedback or they see some negative feedback so they don't maybe trust you as a seller. So there's many actions you can take. I won't go through all these in great detail, but you can improve your listing descriptions for sure. You can decide to offer free shipping or faster shipping, could help with that. You could discount or bundle items. So if you subscribe to an eBay store in particular, you can take advantage of the discount tools. You can offer coupons, use sale events. Of course, the send offers tool is fantastic. So if you do have interested buyers, take advantage of it and try to convert them that way. And you can request feedback revisions. So if you do get negative feedback that you feel is unfair, unwarranted, you can submit a request to have it reviewed, and that can help you build up buyer confidence. Okay, say you've taken advantage of all these great powerful tools that eBay provides, and your business is growing, business is booming, and you want to hire people to help you. So this is a good problem to have. Maybe you want to hire some people to help take photos for you, or you want them to create listings or ship orders or respond to all those buyer messages you get. But you don't want to give them your eBay password. This was a problem in the past, but we have a solution. We've had it for a while. It used to be called multi-user account access. We're now calling it team access. The way you get to this feature is you hover over your name at the upper left of any eBay page and choose account settings. So by the way, this is a great way to get to your account settings at any time. Just hi David, and then account settings. So on the account page, under account preferences, you'll see team access. So we've actually improved this page in the past several months. If you've not used team access before, you can see it's a colorful page with a lot of good information and FAQs explaining what team access is, so you can decide whether it's the right tool for you. If you decide to get started, you'll come to this next screen where you can add people to your account. So what I'm showing on the right here is I'm adding my daughter to my account so she can create draft listings for me and she can ship orders. She can purchase shipping labels. So I've visited many sellers that do hire employees, sometimes high school students who come to their house after school and sit around the dining room table and maybe they're creating draft listings. Maybe others are purchasing shipping labels. So there's a lot of different permissions you can assign. And when you fill this form out, that person will get an email and they will use their own eBay account. And if they don't have one, they'll create their own eBay account and they'll sign in and then they'll be able to access your account, but only the parts of your account that you gave them permission to access. So that way you don't have to reveal all of your sales data, for example, if you don't want them to see that.
So last but not least, I'm going to talk through a bit about our mobile app. So I wonder, have you ever run into a situation you're like, am I priced too high on my listings or am I priced too low? If that's the case, we will recommend you check out this new recommendation called price recommendation. We do a lot of things behind to help you find the listing that are fitting into this context, and maybe you can convert better attractions by just price a little bit more competitively. Another thing is we know there are more complexities sometimes in Seller Hub, and there's more advanced tools you would unlock in mobile too. So that's what we've been doing. And several key ones I want to call out are product research, performance, and ads. And I can provide some use cases here. First one is, Let's say if you go to Goodwill or you like sourcing something in a farmer's market, you're like, should I buy this? Is this gonna be hot on eBay? That's where you should probably open a mobile app right now, go to product research and search up this item. Like, have anyone else sold this? Anyone sold this recently? And what's the price? What's the margin I could get? Can't guarantee 100% accuracy, but this is a very good way to help you just make these decisions in a more validated way. Second of all is, let's say you're running into a hustle. Just like today, you probably don't have much time to go to Seller Hub while you're at eBay Open. So you probably can open the app, just go to the Performance tab and understand a quick snapshot of how many views I got this week. Is there any more searches about my items? So a really easy, quick snapshot when you're in the hustle and understand your overall performance about your stores. Last but not least, would highly encourage you to learn more about ads or looking at how is your ads running. This can be easily accessible now, either you're a new ads user or existing ads user through the mobile app. Again, utilize our tools, empower it, build a more sustainable business through our operations tool.